Today I'm going to show you how you can create a chippy layered finish with just baby wipes. This is going to be a super quick tutorial. It's so easy to do, and you'll take all of your projects up to the next level when you do this technique. So let's get started. This is a frame that I'm going to use. I picked it up at a thrift store for a couple dollars, and it's one of those foam, pressed foam ornate frames. Not really fussy on the print. I'm going to remove it, keep the wood in the middle for another project, and I'm going to create a beautiful chippy layered look. I'm going to remove the nails out of the back so the wood will pop out and the print, and I'm just left with the frame to do this technique. I love finding these vintage frames because they're so light and they're easy to hang and they're not heavy on the wall. And I've got that now out of the frame. I'm going to set the frame aside, and I might save this little print. I might use it for another project later on. And I've got the backing out, and I'm going to paint it also for another project. I'm going to give this backing a coat of my homemade chalk paint in the black and let it dry, and then I'll be ready to start on the frame. First coat, I'm going to use my homemade black chalk paint, and I'm going to paint over the whole frame, over all the ornate pieces, all along the sides and on the inside of the frame. That will be the first layer of color that I'm going to have. Now comes the simple part, just baby wipes. I'm just taking a baby wipe and I'm just going to wipe off in all the places where you think the paint would wear off and give it that aged look. And that's your preference as how much you want to take off or how little. You just kind of fool around with it, and if you don't like the way it looks, you can always just go back and paint over that area and start again. And you can see already it's already starting to look like that layered old vintage look. Okay, now I've gone over it all, and I think I'm going to put another layer of the black. I just want it a little bit darker in the areas where I haven't rubbed off with the baby wipe, so I'm going to go back and put another coat of the black all over it. Okay, I've almost got that second coat completely finished, and then I'm just going to set it aside and let it dry completely. Now I'm going to layer another color on top. I'm going to do a white, and I'm almost using like a dry brush. I don't want a really thick coat of this color, so I just put a little tiny bit of paint on my paintbrush, kind of dabbed it off on a paper towel so it's not really wet, and then just going to go over that entire frame. This is where you can get really creative and use all kinds of different colors so you have it kind of peeking through and it looks old and aged. Now that top layer of white is almost completely dry, and then I'm going to take that baby wipe once again and just go over any of those edges or raised pieces where it would naturally kind of age, and just rub off until you get the desired look that you like. And I'm really loving this look of the gold peeking through and the black and then the white on top. And I'm just gonna kind of take my time and just kind of rub away where I want it to be exposed until I'm happy. And here's the finished frame. It is so much nicer than just the original gold. It just has that really expensive aged look, and it's so simple and easy to achieve. So if you have some baby wipes, get them out and give this technique a try. I gave the inside of that frame a coat of white chalk paint, and it's now ready for my next project. So stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I love to read them. I'll be sharing so many more DIY, thrifting, repurposing videos, so if you aren't already following along, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and that will let you know when I upload my next video. See you real soon. Take care and have a great day.